It's a wonderful Wednesday, and Sarah says is so happy to be back here with you. I'm Sarah Armstrong. I have a true story to tell you today. Remarkable story. Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor is a neuroanatomist, which means she studies how the nerves and the brain connect with the body, all of the chemistry and physiology that go along with that. She is a doctor who teaches other doctors. That's how good she is. And she took up this profession because her brother is schizophrenic. And she wanted to find out what was it about his brain and the way it worked that made it different from other people's brains. And she went after it with a passion. Brilliant woman, brilliant academician, healthy 37-year-old lady. She got up one morning and she felt this searing pain behind her left eye. And she thought, oh, it's a headache coming on or something, and it kind of went away. So she started her morning routine. She got on her exercise bike and she was doing it, and she looked down at her hands and her arms, and she noticed that they looked different. It was almost like she could see through to the cellular level, and that they didn't have the same shape that they always had. But she thought it was just the headache, and then that searing pain hit her again. It passed, and she got in the shower, and the noise of the water hitting against the tiles was almost deafening. And by the time she got dressed, that pain hit her again, and she realized something was wrong. But when the pain left her and she looked around, colors were so much brighter and things had a different shape and depth, and she seemed to be able to connect to parts of her that she didn't even know she had. But the pain would hit again, and she finally managed to get over and dial for help. They rushed her to the hospital, and they determined that she had had a hemorrhagic stroke. A hemorrhage in her brain had caused her to have a stroke. They operated on her and found a blood clot the size of a golf ball. This is a ping pong ball, but it's close enough. Imagine a blood clot that big pressing against your brain. People with tiny blood clots have died. They removed the blood clot, but she had lost all of her ability. She couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, she couldn't read, she couldn't write, she could not understand spoken language. She had lost everything that the left side of her brain controlled. The left side of your brain is the logical side. It teaches you walk, talk, do your laundry. This is how you drive. And the right side is the more creative side, about light and sound and beauty and connecting with the universe and connecting with other people. She was trying to recover, and she said all that time she couldn't really understand what people said to her, but she could receive negative energy from some people and positive energy from others. And it took her 8 years to fully recover. And even at that, there's some memories she has lost forever. She wrote a book about it called My Stroke of Insight. What lessons can we learn from this extraordinary experience? One, our bodies are fearfully and wonderfully made. Our minds are capable of incredible rejuvenation. A lot of the doctors said it was a blessing to her that it came on suddenly, because she wasn't medicated, she wasn't being treated, and her body had the full power to go in and begin to heal. Second thing that she learned was to value her life beyond her academic success, beyond what she knew, beyond the knowledge in her mind. That connection she had when the left side of her brain just shut down was extraordinary. She felt positive energy. She felt the oneness of the world. She felt the power that there was in all of us being connected by a power greater than ourselves. And she learned to spend more time in her right brain because that's where she found life and hope and brightness. And she encourages all of us to do the same. I'm going to attach to this video a link to a talk she gave, a TED talk about her adventures. It's worth your time. Change and revelation come to us in a lot of different ways. Some of them are sudden, some are abrupt, some are painful. Defeat, disappointment, loss, illness. They can be unexpected blessings. In just a few ways we are reminded to reassess our lives. The prophet Samuel was studying to be a priest in the Jewish tradition. And as he slept one night, he heard his name being called, Samuel. And he woke up and he went to his teacher who was there with him and said, "Did you call me?" And he said, "No." He went back to sleep and he heard again, Samuel. He went to his teacher again and he said, "I didn't call you." He said, "But the next time you hear that voice, say, I am here, ready to listen." And when he did that, he received many revelations from God. Are you restless? Are you unhappy? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Something I've seen on Facebook a lot lately is people who say they can't sleep. They wake up at 2 in the morning and their minds are just going and they're remembering everything in the world that they did wrong in the last 25, 30, 40 years of their lives and they can't stop it. That's that left side of your brain churning with information. Why'd you do this? Don't you want to do that? You know what's going to happen tomorrow. And maybe, if you can just say, I'm listening, and begin to turn off that left side of your brain, you will hear from the right side. You will hear the message that's meant for you. You will connect with the peace and the joy that is in all of us. It's there. We just have to listen to find it. Thank you for being here. Follow us, like us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, Sara says, I had a mentor, and whenever I would tell him I was restless or unsettled, he would say, it's just the Holy Spirit tugging on your sleeve. So if you feel that tug on your sleeve, God may be asking, do I have your attention? I have something to show you. Peace and blessings.